The last time we were here at the mobile home, we got some painting done. We got all of our ceiling trim painted and it's dry and it's time to install it. So we are working right here in our galley kitchen slash dining room slash laundry room slash hallway. I'm hoping to get as much of the ceiling trimmed out as I can today using these battens that we made. So I'm gonna get right into it. I set up a saw station outside today with my miter saw and my adjustable roller stands. These are really handy to have because I can set up my saw on the ground, on a table, anywhere I want them. And these are adjustable to the height of my saw. And there I have my guides, my supports to put my wood on to keep it level. Those are RS500. I bought those from Salvaged.com. I don't know if they still have them, but they probably do. Super handy for these kind of DIY projects. So that's my setup. We're keeping the dust outside today. I'm gonna go pull some boards out and we'll start getting them cut. You know, I'm already at a standstill. I just started this project. I was gonna do this wall first. Look at it, nice and easy. Nice straight wall. But then I just realized I don't know how to end this. See, I had the idea that I would trim this out later, this end wall, because it's just the end. And I thought I'd put a piece of wood on there. But I don't know how to do the crown molding around it right now. So I think I'm going to do a quick change of plans, and I have to cut a piece of wood to fit this. I think we just have to put wallboard here. We'll forget the trim, wallboard it, we'll wrap our crown right around. I think that's the easiest way to handle it right now so that I can keep working. I'm going to need help to put that one up. It's too hard to hold. Evie's outside trimming up some more brush, clearing the property. So I'll grab her in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to try to cut the small piece that'll wrap around right here. So I cut a little piece. You know, I don't like doing mitered corners, but I feel like you have to in this situation. And I'm not going to nail it up yet, but I'm going to use it to help line up this corner. So I'll put them together. That's not terrible right there. Well, I just wrapped around this side of the laundry area so you can see crown molding. I think I'll take the easy route now. Just start wrapping around these edges. Get those done. I'm going to be doing this section in two pieces. We're going to go one on the drywall, then we're going to break it and do one on the wood because they're at different levels. The drywall's a little bit thicker than the panel. Now you might see me putting some sealant up here in a couple spots, and that's because I want to seal where the wall meets the ceiling. Only because there is a little gap there and I'm just trying to stop air leakage. There we go. You know, I might regret this. I might regret doing the trim work here. Let me turn that off. I'm charging my battery so it has a little blower that hums. But I'm doing crown molding all around the room. I'm going to do battens all around the room. But when I do install cabinets in here, we plan on having the cabinets kind of go up to the ceiling. The cabinets won't touch the ceiling, but there'll be a box above there to seal it off, you know, a spacer. And that means I'm going to have to go around all the ceiling battens. It's going to be tricky later on. But I like the idea of the ceiling being complete without the cabinets, instead of the ceiling trim coming up to the cabinets. We'll see. It'll make sense later. Essentially what I'm saying is that some of this trim, a lot of this trim is going to be completely covered. You won't see that piece I just put up. It's going to be behind a soffit above the cabinets. In this nook, there's going to be cabinets built in here. You won't be able to see the trim that we're going to put in there. But I like things being complete even if you don't see them. You guys missed it, but I just put that one up. Now I'm going to wrap in the nook. I'm just going to keep going around. Pretty easy today. So let me tell you where I'm at. We just got done with most of the crown molding until I got to the electrical panel here. And then I got confused because I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted the crown to interact with this panel. So we decided to go ahead and get some siding panels on the sides here. And I do want to cover this front, but I didn't bring a screwdriver with me to get this panel cover off. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to hold off on the rest of the crown. I think we're just going to wrap the crown right around this. Panel it, crown it, it'll be fine. But I still want to get work done while I'm here. And since we do have all the crown molding done on this section of the room, we're just going to go ahead and do our battens. At least we can get that much done. So we can do battens on this whole run right here. The hard part's going to be trying to line these up and finding where the trusses are. I can see the screws, but it's hard once you cover them up to make sure they're centered. Oh, I covered up my screws with my crown molding and now we can't see where the ends are. Those nails are not going in good today. This next one is easier. The good thing is that every other one, there's a seam, and I can see the seam. Oh. When I nail these, it might look like I'm putting a lot of nails in, because I am, and it's not for strength, it's just because it's such thin material that I don't want it sagging. I came to an interesting spot in the ceiling where we have a seam that needs a batten, but we have a crack going this way. This is the center of the house. Well, not the center, but the center of where the panels line up. I cut a piece of wood that I'm going to put up here. '83. Right there. We just finished the entire kitchen dining area. One half of the center of this house is done. This is looking really good. I started caulking, but my finger was getting worn out, so I'm taking a break. But I'm gonna caulk on all of these battens on both sides so that you don't see the crack where it touches the ceiling. It's gonna look really clean, so we'll do that caulking later. For now, do the battens over here. Same process. Actually, since I did that trim board right there by the panel, I can put in another piece of crown right there and then we can carry our battens on. Well, I'm done for the day. Wanted to give you guys the final update. We got a lot of work done today. This kind of work is so slow. It's tedious. Every board measure cut in and out, up and down. Trim work is my least favorite work, I think, in renovation, because even though you're at the end, it's so tedious. You can see I almost got done over there. There's one more batten I have to put in. I know it seems like I should just do it, but I can't. I'm held up with that electrical panel. And I'm only held up because I don't have a screwdriver. Once I get this cover off, we're gonna face that out with some board, and then we can wrap the crown, finish the last batten, be done with it. And then we just have a lot of caulking to do, because in the bedroom, I started painting before caulking all the battens. I thought the battens would be okay, but I realized how bad it looks. When you have white trim on a white surface, those cracks really show if you have any unevenness. And these panels, they're textured panels. They have that heavy wood grain texture. So no matter how clean your installation, there's going to be gaps, and you see all those little holes. It makes it look bad. So we have to do a lot of caulking, but it goes quick. I'll probably bring over a pair of gloves so I don't wear my fingertip out rubbing all these seams. It's going to look really sharp, getting ready to paint. I know I'm supposed to be working on the bedroom, but I just wanted to do this. I just want to get this done. Some people tend to not like ceiling battens because they feel like it makes it look like a mobile home. But for our build, that's fine. It is a mobile home, and we're not trying to hide that fact. And I think a lot of people don't realize that sometimes things like this are actually structurally beneficial for a home like this. If mobile homes didn't come with these battens and strips on the walls, by the time they got the mobile home to your property and set up, your drywall would be full of cracks and it would look terrible, and you'd have to refinish the whole house. Because when they transport these buildings, you got to imagine that they do a lot of twisting, bouncing, and movement, especially getting them onto your property. They move quite a bit. You'd be surprised how much they flex. So they have to keep the structure flexible without cracking, and that's where strips come in, the wood strips. That's why so many mobile homes had them, because taped seams, smooth seams, wouldn't allow the flex that the building needs, and it would crack all up. I'm happy doing this. We're doing wood boards. We have to cover the strips somehow. You might be able to hide it with caulk, but it's never going to look right. I feel like the battens actually look nice. I think smooth ceilings and smooth walls have just become a little too overrated. They're great, but they're not everything. So don't be afraid of seams, cracks, strips, whatever you need to do. That's what I think. And in the end, it doesn't matter. You have a clean house, a safe house, and a nice house to live in. So that's all we have for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care. And movement, especially getting them onto your property, they move quite a bit. You'd be surprised how much they flex.